Previous episode's highlights start like a guy saying, "Hear me out," right before the dumbest shit you've ever heard.
Talk dumb. Hey, guys, talk about driving revenue.
That's how every bad idea starts at work. Somebody calls it revenue and hides the receipts.
This guy was driving revenue with one of the most ridiculous decisions ever. Hey, nobody's gonna catch me. Hey, kindness. Hey, Maddie, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna plan the operation in Venezuela. And then when I'm done work, I'm gonna head on down to the Poly Market over on the internets, and I'm gonna go bet on it. And then I'm gonna call them and say, "Hey, I'm locked out of my email account. Can you kill my email address?" And then, like, let's just pause. The guy works for the military, smart enough to plan a pretty extensive operation to go catch a bad guy, but not smart enough to realize that maybe there's some breadcrumbs with your email address, where you bet the money.
This guy left a digital trail like your mom trying to share one Facebook recipe.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Pac-Man Jones, remember Pac-Man? The money. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Pac-Man Jones, remember Pac-Man Jones? Yeah, so he played in the CFL. Hey, Roofy, he played in the CFL. And when he ran, that was the sound he made. Yeah, it was like,
That noise is every printer at work refusing to die with dignity.
True story. Yeah, Pac-Man Jones. You know why I put him on the table? Because Ponzi. Caught in the Ponzi scheme. True story. Could you imagine just going around the dressing room just scamming your fucking brothers?
Scamming teammates is insane. That's stealing fries off the plate, then asking for ketchup.
Just scam. It's like, hey, coming up today, never mind, Zach Loescher. Yes, Zach Loescher from 289 million pounds.
289 million pounds? Even my Amazon driver just threw his scanner in the bushes.
Guys, we've never had somebody so heavy on our show.
The guest chair just whispered, "Not today, boys," and updated its resume.
Yeah. Hey, could you guys imagine getting that package delivered in the mail? Hey, Jimmy, can you imagine this, the FedEx guy showing up at the house, or the Pure Litter guy? Like, what's that package coming? If you got that package handy, let's throw it on the screen here. Like, how does that package arrive? Like, is it folded in a box? Is it wrapped in cellophane? Is it like in I don't know, like, how's it arrive? Like, I'm just wondering how it arrives at your house. And then do they put it on the step? Is it standing up? I'm all these questions. And then what's the unboxing video like?
Some deliveries make you close the blinds before you even open the box.
Like, how come we don't have dudes unboxing their videos? Yeah, like Lauren and I were talking yesterday. Lauren was quite aghast at my purchase. Yeah, with my neighbor yesterday. And he just had to come over and flick the top there. Yeah, true story. But so how does it arrive? I wonder. Like, could you imagine the Pure Litter? Does he put it over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes? You know, Jimmy, when you throw your kids over the back, hey, sack of potatoes. Yeah, just walking around with them. I don't know. Interesting. True story. Hey, guys, we got a phone line on this show. 431-300-3005. You can join the show here. We're going to open up in the second hour. 431-300-3005. You can join. And hey, listen, if you've had a package like that delivered to your show, we'd love to hear how it was delivered.
That call-in line just became customer service for people with very brave porches.
Remember when Acura came out and it was like this great thing, and everybody found out it was a fucking Honda?
That's adulthood. You pay extra for fancy, then find out it's wearing the same underwear.
Yeah, I do actually. Yes, because that was back when we were still kind of we didn't really understand white labeling or how that worked, right? Or back when, oh, John, did you know that Duracell makes batteries for Costco or something like that? Like back in the days where it was...
Every dad learns one factory secret and starts inspecting cereal boxes like he works border security.
Like it was our parents, the revelation that these factories would, oh my God, would make two products there without the same label on it.
Because remember, people were getting pissed off because they would buy an Acura, with Lexus and Toyota, and then they would buy these things and they look down on the windshield and it would say Honda or Toyota.
Yeah.
Like, I paid 20 extra grand for this fucking car. Why Jesus Christ.
So true. Holroyd comes in with that. Remember the package, the doll conversation yesterday? I was asking before you showed up, like, I wonder how the thing is delivered to you. You know, and I know you know, but you can buy just like rumps, like bums or vaginas, like. So we were talking sex toys with Brianna yesterday. Like, you can buy like a rump. Just a rump.
Call it a rump. Jesus Christ, you call a rump roast. Call it, you don't buy a rump to fuck.
John heard rump and immediately called a family meeting for the English language.
Jesus Christ, you weirdo. You buy a rump to eat.
Oh, I love eating rumps.
A rump. Jesus Christ. I'm going to buy a rump. I'm going to buy a sex toy. I'm going to buy a rump.
Hey, who the fuck uses the word rump, actually? What is rump?
I love that, baby. The rump makes perfect. Like, I'm going to make a rump roast. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to buy a sex toy. What are you going to buy? I'm going to buy a rump.
Dude, I love eating rump. John, so the guy was smart enough.
That sentence always means somebody solved calculus, then locked himself out of Gmail.
Yes, I know. He was.
What a fucking dumb bastard. Why don't you have somebody that like a friend of a friend of a friend? You know? You break a little, put a little space in there, for Christ's sake.
So
he's the fucking guy bringing this guy home, you know, he's like leading the squad. Oh yeah, what the fuck, man?
So Johnny, he deserves to get caught. Like, you're the guy planning it.
It's for fucking $400,000.
He's the guy planning it, and
but
then
dude, but for four, I mean, at least put another fucking zero or two behind there if you're gonna take all that risk.
Jon is not endorsing crime. He is just offended by the discount version.
I know what you mean.
Fuck, man.
And then is hello? Yes. Can you delete my email address because I got my account's been hacked or whatever it was. And then so okay, one more really goofy thing before we bring says to her.
It's nice to finally meet you. You're much fatter in person.
What?
You're much fatter in person.
Fatter?
You're much fatter in person. You're like, what the? So that's Johnny. That's why he's on OnlyFans. Like, that's why he's fucking paying her on OnlyFans, because he probably can't get a girl in real life using words like that. You're much fatter in person. What the?
Yeah,
fuck?
I mean that just kind of shows the character of the people that are paying for that shit.
Yes, it does show the character.
Do you see the difference in the expression of the gay brother's face when they're introducing something like this versus a current event? Do you see it?
I do see it.
AI really has fucking figured out that these motherfuckers are gay as a $3 bill.
I think you're onto something.
Because that would be very hard to fucking program.
So this is courtesy of Jimmy. I think this was from when Jimmy was gone to Japan. They're plug and hold or something. But I got a clip. So Jimmy's like, "Hey, I got a good Jon Before You Go today," and I'm like, "Jesus, man, we got."
Is he really fucking slapping like that?
If this felt like your family group chat with better microphones, watch the previous episode. Full show. You ever wonder how many men are one breakup away from realizing their wife was their entire social life?
That's the uncomfortable mirror, nation. Today we're talking about male isolation, emotional dependence.
And why every man needs a life, a tribe, and a support system that doesn't collapse the second one relationship does.
Only on Mornings in the Lab.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Frankie. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and big conversations. Come hit the like, come hit the subscribe, and come jump into the comments. Come check into the show. Come say hello. Mornings.live over on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Get up, build a streak, and show us your proof that you are up. The real story, nation, is that the media we are creating is becoming more programmable. Personality is becoming scalable, and character and the universes we create, well, that's becoming infrastructure. Hey, a lot of men. We don't build friendships. You gonna swap that camera? There we go. They build a marriage and quietly. Yeah, we make one woman responsible for our complete emotional stability, the social calendar, the identity, the loneliness, and then what happens? The relationship ends. We don't just lose a partner. We don't just lose our person. We don't just lose our routine. We lose our life. Today, we're asking the blunt question, men, if your wife left, who do you actually have left? But first, welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends, your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation that help the generation we call X start the day with momentum and some positive energy. Just a reminder, everybody, good morning, Larry Ziegler. This is an X-rated experience. Sometimes it becomes R-rated, but mostly it is an X-rated experience. So if you're with somebody in the room who gets offended easily, invite them to stick around because they're going to get offended like a mother today. Hey, and if you're new here, come subscribe to the channel, come drop a comment, and head over to the Mornings.live channel and check in with us and come check in with the daily poll. Hey, I'm excited today. We got two OGs on the buttons, myself and Neiman. Yeah, we don't know where Kai is. We don't know where Jimmy is. What the hell? Yeah, so just Keith and Melissa on the show here today, and that is it. See you guys. Yeah, bye, Jimmy. Bye, Kai. We'll see you later, alligator. Hey, big show here today. We got a dude. Apparently, so Neiman set me up yesterday. I don't know. Maybe we had a hard time verifying all the facts. But coming up, Anton Mandarino, Hollywood bodyguard by day. Maybe he's the real Ray Donovan. Trafficking hunter by night. Meet Anton Mandarino. Dropping at the bottom of the hour. Most men would just be happy to survive stage 4 cancer, but our guy celebrated by running not one, not two, Neiman, not even 10, 40 marathons. He's apparently a former special operations soldier who jumps out of planes into wildfires, protects Hollywood's elites, and fights human trafficking in Africa. Yeah, coming up, Anton Mandarino. We'll see if that one's... I don't even know what to say. Good morning, Rico. Rico, stick around. We got a dude named Anton Mandarino here today. Whether he's real, whether he's fake, we're going to find out coming up in about 27 minutes. Yeah, I said fake. Anton's like, no, I'm not fake. No. Give me proof. Speaking of proof. Oh, baby. I got a little opinion. Hey, dude, what's your name again? Was it Paul? Hey, Paul. What a shaking, Paul. I got something to say to you, Paul Koberg. So Paul decided he wanted to have a conversation with the old handsome chief on LinkedIn. And Paul did a wonderful job with his research yesterday. Yeah. Hey, Paul, I don't work at ICUC anymore. Hey, Paul, that was like 7,000 years ago. It's Shakin' Jay. Good morning, Jay. Welcome to the big show. Hey, Paul, I invited you to a live show for a live conversation. But hey, Paul, it sounds like you might be a little bit too timid, a little too chicken, because I looked at your message this morning and you're like, hey, who's the coward? I'm like, who's the coward? And then the question even was, are you going to hide behind the edit? I'm like, Paul, I do a live show. Live show Monday through Friday. No edit here, brother. Plain sight. And it's funny, you want to talk about moderation? I'd love to talk to you about moderation. And you know what, Paul? I would be willing to bet. I'd be willing to bet a lot of money. We probably are drinking more similar Kool-Aid than you probably even realize. Yep, true story. So, Paul, I invite you. Come check out our show. Standing invite. Come hang out with me. And hey, if you don't want to hang out with me, you can come hang out with Neiman. Yeah, true story. So, hey, Paul Yoberg, I think that's your name. Paul Koba, consultant, author, interesting fellow, calling the old handsome chief out on LinkedIn this morning, yesterday. So I invite you guys all, go to LinkedIn, go engage with the comment, go repost it, go and give Paul lots of love, because Paul needs some love. Yeah, Paul needs love. And hey, and guys, and to everybody in Mornings in Lab Nation, go and give Paul Google, Perplexity, Gemini, every other research tool on the planet, so Paul could learn how he can do research. Yeah, because apparently in 2026, it's easier than ever to do research. So Paul, I would invite you, do a little bit of research, find out where the old handsome chief still works, and find out whether he's still associated with ICUC, and find out whether your article, Paul, your article has any credibility at all, because I'd be willing to bet, Mr. Paul, your article has zero credibility. Yeah, true story. So, Paul Koba, welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. I welcome you to my live show to come have it. And listen, I got to be honest, brother, you seem like an interesting fellow. And I love having interesting folks on the show here. I got minds to everything. Do I like moderation? Nope. Do I like censorship? Nope. Did I struggle while I was growing ICUC with all that bullshit that's moderation? Yep. Did I like cowering to the corporate wannabes that paid my bills? Nope. Did I like having my bills paid? Yep. Did you know all the shit and hate mail that I had to deal with for many years, Paul? Nope. Did you know all the times that my family was threatened with violence? Nope. So, Paul, yeah, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about, brother. Yeah, true story. All right. On with the show. Hey, Neiman, how was that? Did I do a good job addressing it? Yeah, there we go. All right, so Paul's done. I had to get it done before Johnny got here, because he's like, hey, why are you addressing all that negative bullshit? Well, that was actually not really negative, because the guy had something to say, and I just wanted to address it. Yeah. Hey, do you guys play blackjack? I do. I love blackjack. I got a clip. I don't think Johnny's a blackjack player, but I got a clip. It's like one of those gazillion moments that you're like, holy smokes, it happened. Yep. So if you're a blackjack player, you're going to want to stick around for that one. Hey, Melissa, I didn't put the poll up this morning. No, and I know I didn't put up the Jew or the Christian or the Russian, but hey, I know it's a bad joke, nation. I know I like to pull the bad joke out of the, I'm pulling it out because Jimmy and Kai aren't here. And so I'm going to put it on the table here, but hey, we got a poll. Yeah, we got a poll that's part of our show. And actually, apparently, Polish bullshit's no different than every other. What's that slogan, Neiman? Polish bullshit, the same as other bullshit. Anyways, how many close friends do you have that are entirely independent of you and your partner? 0, 1, or 2, or more than 3? Because today's big topic is, if your wife leaves, who do you actually have left? Yeah, I got Neiman. That's it. I haven't told her yet, but she's stuck with me. Yeah, I was saying to her partner, I'm like, dude, if Lauren leaves, just don't tell Neiman, but she's stuck with the handsome chief. And he's like, yeah. I go, yep, sorry, bud. So just tell. And I might be on the plane over Africa. So if Lauren leaves, Neiman is stuck with the handsome chief, and Jimmy and Kai can figure that out themselves. But here's the question, guys: if your wife left, who do you actually have? And I got to think, as we age, as we are the generation that we call X, as we go through life and we get more and more attached to our partner, it's like, oh my God, what would happen? What would happen to Johnny if Terry left? Curious. Yeah, 100%. All right, and hey, maybe Neiman, maybe Lady Drew is listening in the corner over there. Lady Drew Bozier, 431-300-3005. The phone lines have never been more open since Lady Drew has decided to go find a different show to hang out in. 431-300-3005. You can come hang out on the big morning show we call Mornings in the Live with Keith, Jon, and friends. Good morning, Sullivan. What's going on, Sully? Hey, man. I was having some fun with you in the comments or on LinkedIn. I hope you enjoyed that comments. I saw Carter was out there with you yesterday as well. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sullivan. Welcome to Mornings in the Live with Keith, Jon. Hey, Sullivan, we got a guy named Anton Mandarino showing up on the show today. Apparently, Hollywood bodyguard by day, trafficking hunter by night. Anton Mandarino joining us in a few moments. But before that, Hey, Neiman, are you ready for that segment that comes up around this time, around that 10-minute mark? It's got 2 words attached to it. Neiman's like, hey, just give me a warning when something's coming up. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to give her the warning. So there's a couple words that we attach together, and it's just like this thing we do every single day. And I think it goes something like, hey, nation, Neiman, the morning loop, it starts right now.
Good morning, nation. Yesterday's show had crypto, classified intel, and the worst email excuse alive.
A Green Beret bet on a secret mission, then blamed email access like it was 2004.
The legal takeaway was clear. Don't monetize classified information like it's fantasy football.
But Chief only heard one thing. Wait, how exactly do they deliver the doll? That's not curiosity, Chief. That's a customer journey question with eye contact. You and Preston planning delivery?
Leave me out of this, Sterling. Chief can explain the shipping later. Let's start the morning loop.
We got Neiman back. We got Neiman on the buttons today, stressing out, wondering if the video is playing. I'm like, oh, yeah. Neiman, it's already the next day. Yeah, Melissa, it's actually already Friday, man. Yeah, so Neiman's in a little different location than I am. So sometimes our internet buffers. So sometimes in our world, we are in different zones, like just a whole different worlds altogether. Yeah, so nobody should ever tell you that we're not living in a simulation. Because if you work with remote folks around the world, everybody's in different time zones. Yeah, so I work in the future, I work in the past. I rarely work in the present. Because when I'm in the present, it's Neiman's future, Jimmy's future. Yeah, it's Johnny's past. It's just crazy how the world works. It's absolutely crazy how the world works with time. All right, coming up, Anton Mandarino, Mornings in the Lobby, Keith, John, and Friends. And the morning monologue today, guys, jumps into this idea that, where are we at here today? Today's morning monologue focus is the men who will win the era are the ones with the point of view. And oh, baby, I had one this morning dropping on the table. I know who's got a point of view. He's got a point of view every single morning when he wanders into the lab. Hey, Neiman, you ready for this one? Are you ready for the handsome man himself? His name? John Anderson. What the hell is that?
I want to know how the outfit fits that fucking car.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
And Jimmy's not even around.
You just grabbing the straws, babe.
Jimmy's not even around. Jimmy and Kai are fucking gone. They left you, me, and Neiman here. So it's just back to the OGs. Just you, me, and Melissa. That's it, Johnny. Just the originals here today.
So Melissa's having to do all this. Okay, well, that's understandable.
Well, so Jimmy gave the shitty work to Melissa. Jimmy's like, here's the shitty work, Melissa. So Jimmy gave the flaming bag to Neiman, and now just Neiman's stuck with you and I today.
So they're basically got to do more work.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well, so then they're doing the best they can, having to fill in the gaps.
That's it. That's it. How are you, pal? Good to see you this morning. What is shaking today, brother?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Yeah.
I may have acquired a new nickname yesterday. Interesting experience.
Yeah, you had a meeting. You had a meeting yesterday.
Yeah, I realized that I should really become. I'm John Just a Nudge Anderson.
I'm with my brother, Just a Nudge. I was fucking waiting for that. Actually, I was looking at my watch and I'm like, okay,
that's like a fucking dead salmon. I just want to slap on the side of your face for that thing.
Good morning, Holroyd. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, brother. But with all joking aside, man, I got to put it out there, man. I had a wonderful business meeting. Me and Anderson had a great business meeting yesterday, and you guys laugh because you see the characters, the entertainment of that we are every single day here. But behind the scenes, man, brother, what a respectful, honest, good business conversation. And and to those that don't know how to do that, I don't know how you can teach somebody how to have I honestly don't. I don't know how you can teach somebody that.
What it is, brother. I think what it comes down to is experience is the teacher.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because if like when we shifted our conversation, okay, friend hats away, business hats on, let's go. We both clicked. Yeah, some of that has never really popped in and out of that. They drag their emotions in. Yes. And start fucking getting tagged. And wait a minute.
Yes.
No. We left that stuff at the door. Remember? 100%, this is emotionless. This is two guys talking about on a business level what needs to happen here.
Yeah. No,
And,
it was so
once
good
you get
stories.
caught in that a few times, you realize, oh fuck, I guess I don't know how to do that. Everybody say they know how.
Isn't that true? You know what, Anderson? I'll tell you right now, brother. What we experienced yesterday, I wasn't good at that in the past. And let me explain it to you. When I say I wasn't good at it, I don't want you to hear that I would have brought emotion into that. That's not what I mean. I don't know if so. I like when you said experience. The experience has taught me how to use words and how to communicate more clearly. I think I might have been more gray in the past with our conversation yesterday, where I've learned to get to a place of black and white, like clarity, right? And I don't want to use the word absolutes, but clarity, where two people can understand what it is and we can walk away from it.
Yeah, I mean, clarity would be a great word, because you got to understand what's in that conversation and what's not.
Yeah, 100%.
And your personal emotions have to be out. And if you're not clear enough to recognize that, then you're going to fuck it up.
That's it. I had a separate business conversation with somebody else that we both know, Anderson, and it was a great, respectful, fun one, lots of love, and I kept correcting him. We both know him; he's been on our show a few times, and I had to correct the house he was standing outside of. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Anderson. That
I caught that before we.
Yeah, it's clarity over clever. Clever's great. I love clever. Right. And actually, Neiman and I were talking like years ago. We had a guest on the show. Clever is great, but clarity rules, man. Like clarity over cleverness all the time. You got to be clear. You got to ask for clarity.
Well, I think if you're clear, you can't be clever.
100%. Yes.
You can't be clever unless you're clear.
Yes. Yeah. And you're good at that. I'll give you. I'll tell you that you're good at that. Hey, coming up, I got a question,
brother. Looking back that conversation, and I say this in two ways. I say this from a business hat and a personal hat. You set the whole thing up for me. I was just a nudge. I was like, well, fuck, there we go. And at that point, I mean, you immediately started to maneuver around, because also instantly the lights turned on for you too. Like, holy shit.
Oh, it was a fucking duh moment. It was like walking into the wall and going, well, duh. It's exactly what it was. Speaking of duh, brother, don't answer. Second hour. If Terry left, would you be lost? Don't answer. Because the question today is, if your wife leaves, who do you actually have? And Johnny, I think a lot of men in our age and demographic, Laura and I joke often with my dad or her dad, like, would they be lost without their wives? Right? Petro, would you be lost? Dwayne, would you be lost without your wife? We're going to have that conversation.
Remember I told you, Terry and we went through a separation. Like,
I know.
9 months,
yes.
Full blown.
Yes.
So I've got a pretty good answer for this.
Yeah. Petro jumps in, Johnny. Clarity is a major antidote to bullshit. Yes, that's a good one. Clarity is absolutely a major antidote to bullshit. 100%. All right, coming up on the show, dude, we got a guy named Anton Mandarino, Hollywood bodyguard by day, a trafficking hunter by night. This guy beat stage 4 cancer, but instead of celebrating, the guy ran 40 marathons. So Anton Mandarino is going to join us on the show today. I guess, you've joked it before. You move one addiction, you move one bad thing to another. The guy was like, hey, I had cancer, I got to get out of it. So he went and did some craziness, right? So that's coming up on our show here today. Yeah,
real quick, I want you to go back. You were trying to quote me somehow. I want to leave you sitting trying to untangle yourself. What did you say? You say da, 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 da. What was that? What do I say?
I don't remember.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure, because you tied a fucking big knot with whatever you're trying to say. I want to hear you try. If you want to abort, I'll let you abort. You want to abort that one?
Thank you. I want to abort that one, Anderson.
Okay,
I totally want to abort
because
that one.
I was even having a hard time figuring out what the fuck I used, what I say with that one. I was like, you're going to have to give me a little more for me to figure it out here. I'll untie you, but I don't know what you're trying to say here.
Oh my God. Hey, so we hear this often with sports teams before big events, that coaches will say, you can't have sex before a workout. Or I'm sorry, you can't have sex before the big game. You can't, don't have sex. Don't have intimacy.
Brother, do I need to send you some dihexa, which helps with recall?
Maybe, actually.
Because we had this conversation not too long ago.
Yeah, well, there's another study out that.
Okay, so just to make sure that we're talking,
Yes.
we're going down a different branch, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
we are.
good.
We are.
Just checking.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. Yeah. So apparently, Johnny, guys that had an orgasm before a big workout exercise 3.5% longer. So, what this is saying is that the opposite of what coaches was like. Go rest, go keep your testosterone.
You're missing the whole thing. Well, I'm not saying you. The study is missing what the coach is trying to say. Tell me what you know. Let's I want to hear you.
Every coach you ever had told you the same thing. Save it for game day. And science just ran the trial on that.
Orgasm 30 minutes before training. 3.2% more endurance. Grip strength up, muscle damage down.
Generations of coaches policing bedrooms based on zero data. Science finally showed up.
There you go.
But see, a coach is not talking about a physical thing.
No, they're talking about the mental thing, aren't they?
Yeah, they're talking about a mental thing. It's like, think like this. We'll use a dog as an example rather than a human.
Yeah.
A hungry dog and a dog that's had enough to eat behave very different.
100%. Yes.
Well, a guy who's just fucking busted a nut and a guy who is not behave very different.
Yeah.
I want the guy who's fucking trying to bust a nut on my team when I got to fight. When I got to go to the battle, we'll go to battle.
Can't put it any better than that, actually, right? Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you want to, if you're going to go get a pack of dogs to defend your house, you're going to get the fuckers that just ate that are sleeping, or you're going to get the fuckers that are running around looking for somebody.
Yeah. Well, that's an obvious one when you put it that way.
Here's a crazy thing, dude. It's funny this up because I've actually been toying with this myself.
Yeah.
Because we have the ability to put ourselves into either state. Right, we can be a little hungry, or it can be a little full, or we can be right in the middle. Right in the middle is kind of hard to balance.
Yeah.
When I'm a little hungry, just I'm not talking growling stomach, not growling stomach.
Just a nudge.
Right, I can tell that my behavior is different. I'm more energetic. I'm moving around. I'm on the hunt. You give me that something to eat, and what am I going to settle in to do?
Oh yeah.
So 100%. So think about it. It's the same thing with a nut. You bust a nut, you jump up and want to go fucking run somewhere. No.
So speaking of busting nuts, the largest kink content marketplace on the internet, Johnny, taking busting nuts. I'll go here with you. The official fetish of 2026, gooning. We talked about it before. Masturbating for hours without finishing. You just hold it in the hole. Gooning? They call it gooning. Yeah. I called it watching multiple porn tapes for hours back when I was growing up.
I've done that with fucking sex plenty of times where I was like, okay, I'm not going to get a nut.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just going to punish for a while.
Well, yeah, no, and often, so
and I say that
it's
joking
funny because no, I know, but I'm going to talk seriously.
The nut part's real. The punish part was not real.
Yes. But
A porn platform just crowned the official fetish of 2026. And it involves not finishing. Gooning. Hours of edging in a room covered in screens. Sales up 151% since 2023. That number is not a kink trend. That is a loneliness metric dressed up as porn. 1 in 3 men, no sex in the past year.
There is some benefits to not nutting, because if you're struggling with premature ejaculation, the idea of taking it to the edge and stopping, taking it to the edge and stopping, taking it to the edge and stopping helps you prolong that. There's some truth to that. So to the gooners out there, maybe gooning's not a bad thing, Anderson. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe it helps the gooner have himself a longer time when it comes to getting out of the bedroom by himself.
Well, I'd like to take have 1,000 pictures of gooners and see what these character of these people look like. Actually, because I'd much rather practice not nutting in doing the real thing.
Well, I found them. They were running out of the cave. Check this out. What the fuck is this? They were running out of their cave. Trying. Look at this.
Exactly. You can see either one of these fuckers jerking off all fucking day, largely because he can't. The hooker opened the door, looked at him, and said, "Not today."
Coming up, Anton Mandarino. So,
Can
Johnny,
you imagine that? You call a hooker, she opens up the door, you open up the door, and she looks at you and says, "Not today."
turning you down.
You're just a nudge past my breaking point.
He's standing here with the credit card out and everything's like, not today. Yeah. You know what the funny thing is,
brother,
Johnny,
I'm so glad you said that, because you clearly don't have no experience with hookers, because they don't take credit cards.
You know, I don't have any experience with hookers.
Good,
but look
good.
At this,
I thank God, because it's
this
why
dude here
people
looks
have.
like Bilbo.
Oh,
Johnny,
that guy in the front's the best, dude. That guy in the front.
Looks
Look
like
at him. He
looks like Bimbo. That's Bimbo right there, Johnny. Seriously. So I'm gonna pull him up here. Right there. That is Bimbo. The guy in that is
guy.
Bimbo. Yes, that's Bimbo.
And he walked around with his arms all fucked up like that too.
When I saw that video, I did it for two reasons: to have some fun with you, but also to show you that is what I grew up looking as Bimbo. Yes, that's Bimbo right there.
His arms were goofy like that too. Like he walked around making funny faces and shit.
Yes, because he only had a few fingers because he lost a few fingers in the combine.
Oh,
so
geez. Now I understand. This helps, because now that I have this visual and I realize you spent a lot of time with this gentleman, now all the dots are connecting. It's like in my mind, it's just like this. You're Well, I mean, think about it. A boy who spends a lot of time with a fucking parent who's a fuck up, what does that boy turn out to be? Well, I mean, let's be honest. You've got some bimbo in you, brother. You got some bimbo in there.
Oh my God!
And I think now that I've seen him, I might remember his name better. Bimbo.
Yeah, there he is, right there. Yeah, that's fucking funny, man. Oh, that's him right there. Yeah, so we'd put Frog down his pants, and he'd hop around because there's frogs in his pants. Yeah, that's.
And how often did he have his fucking buddies come over him?
Well,
so he didn't have multiple scrotums.
Yeah, he didn't have any buddies who just his. Hey, did you play blackjack? Are you a blackjack player by any chance? I know you're not a big gambler. When you play, do you play? What do you play?
Blackjack was my game, but I mean, yeah. I think I'm pretty sure I told the fucking story why I had to give it up.
Oh, I know. I didn't know you had to give it up. Seriously?
Yeah. I mean, I can do it a little bit now, but it's a very different deal. When I was young, man, it was that dopamine chasing behavior pattern. It just fucking had a hold of me, you know? And, so when we're in Tahoe, right, the fucking casinos are right there.
Yes. And
up in Oregon, there was no, because this is where I grew up and where I went to school all the way through college. At that point, there was no reservations where you could go gamble.
Yes, you had to
you had to go to a state. Anyway, so I would fucking gamble every summer. And later in my college career, I was becoming an entrepreneur. I was showing up with a little bit of cake. And every year I'd come up, I'd have a little bit more money, and every fucking year I would fucking lose it all, like zero. And I was like, fuck, man, this keeps fucking happening. And then one day it dawned on me. I'm like, because I knew that I had a problem with shit. I just I don't know that I deem myself an addict yet, but I was like, okay, I got a problem here, and I'm having a hard time managing this. And what I recognized was this behavior pattern. What I would say now, this addiction doesn't care how many zeros are in that account. It's going to take them all.
Yes.
So are you going to be a fucking degenerate in 10 years that comes here and loses your fucking kids' college funds?
Yes.
Because I would spend everything. I mean, I had to fill up my fucking car when I got into town, or I would gamble my gas. I couldn't stop.
No shit.
My gas money.
Dude.
Yeah, that's how bad it got. So I was
but at least you had that awareness to go and recognize you had to put the fucking gas in the tank first. Like, seriously, you had some awareness.
Gambled it away a few times before I smartened up enough to realize, okay, now I've got to fucking, bum some fucking money off somebody to get home.
Oh, Anton Mandarino hanging on the green room, joining us in a few moments. Hollywood bodyguard by day, trafficking hunter by night. Meet Anton Mandarino joining us in a few moments. Johnny,
dude,
for me,
talk about a fucking blessing to have it was just one epiphany. This doesn't care how many zeros it's taking. And I was like, oh my God, I have to stop.
So you'll appreciate this because you attribute it to zeros. So I remember. So I wouldn't say I don't have a problem with gambling. I enjoy it. I fucking love it. Actually, I love the dopamine hit of sitting down at the blackjack table. I love all of it. Like I love sitting down socially with drinks and going for a long run.
Dude, when you're popping down 4, 5, 6 grand in minutes, it's fucking really hard to.
But you know what happened to me, Anderson, was that I sitting down. You'll get this. So I was sitting down for the first little while. You start with the red chips, $25 chips. Just it's all great time. And then as time goes on, and I kept going back to Vegas, the red chips started turning into the black chips. It was the $25 started turning into the 100. And then when just like a drug, when the dopamine hits started becoming less fun with the black chips over the red, I was like, oh.
Well, and that's the thing. You're telling my story, dude. I couldn't go back to the 25s and 5s. Just didn't do it. I went straight.
Like, really? Like, I'm like, what the fuck's the point of standing here with a $25 chip if I can't fucking throw 5 blacks on there? It's like I don't want to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but check this out. I got a clip, man. This epic spot. Look at this. Rarely happens in blackjack. Check this out. Melissa, we're going to run this epic spot here. Let's run this clip here. Check it out. Watch this. Look at the dealer has. Watch.
Can you say watch 3 times more, please?
4 fucking aces he pulls.
You know, that story was so much better because you told me to watch 4 times. What are we doing right now? We're watching a video, right?
We're look at this.
Look. Should I look? Where am I supposed to look?
15.
Clearly a fucking shoe with 3, 4 decks in there.
Oh, you see what happened though, man? Like you're sitting there as the player, you think you're winning, right? You're sitting there with the 15, and then the dealer starts pulling, and he pulls 4 aces in a row. Seriously, brother, honest to God.
You know, I am so grateful that story went so well because you told me to watch the video. Watching 4 times. 4 times. In about 30 seconds.
I'll give you something to watch. Hey, Gene Simmons had some words of wisdom before we bring in our guest, Anton Mandarino. Hey, Melissa, what did Gene have to say about raising rich kids?
Praise the guy in the limo. Now it's, oh, he's rich and get out of here, so and so.
Yeah, that's a young mindset.
It's very strange to me that I hear people talk this way, and they actually say there should. I see people online saying there should be no such thing as billionaires, which makes no sense to me. Because how do you cap ambition? This is the United States. There's no way to cap ambition. And let's just say, for example, someone like a Jeff Bezos. Let's say he hits $300 million and his business is generating operationally and it's blowing up exponentially. You can't stop that. It's growing no matter what. What do you say to people that say there shouldn't be billionaires in the United States or in general in the world?
Then you wouldn't have industry and you probably wouldn't have a job.
Correct.
Because a poor person never gave me a job.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. And even if you're an asshole 100 billionaire, who never gave a penny
broke up on
to charity.
So he talks about if there's no billionaires in the world, Johnny, nobody has jobs. And we often get too caught up.
This is like a fucking guy who says, we just shouldn't have sex. Humans shouldn't have sex. That is a no pussy gutting motherfucker talking.
Yes.
So the guy says there should be no billionaires. He's pretty much mailed it in on making money, so he thinks nobody should have any money. That's the most retarded thought. That's the most retarded thought I've ever heard. That's a fucking bimbo statement if I've ever heard it.
There's a lot of people, and I'm not gonna paint every state. I'm not gonna paint a broad brush everyone, but there's plenty of people these days, Johnny, that we shouldn't have billionaires. I'm like, that's fucked, man, because no billionaires, nobody has jobs. And I agree with Gene.
Who are these people?
Oh, I know.
Next time you have a billionaire say that, Britt, let's talk about it.
Yes. Yeah. Hard to argue with that.
I know someone that's very close. I'm not going to mention his name. And before he was successful, he was in this mindset of, fuck, man, everybody should just fucking get the same. Why are we so divided? Da, 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 da. And the fucking kid starts doing really well, which I'm so happy, which he deserves. He just didn't understand his potential.
Yeah.
He's a fucking full-blown capitalist now.
Yeah. Yeah. I love capitalism. I got no problem with capitalism, man. Capitalism will make the world.
But now, because you can do it, you support it. You can't do it, you don't support it. You don't get any pussy. Well, nobody should have any.
Yeah. You go to bed a Democrat, you wake up a capitalist. There you go. Coming up, our friend Anton Mandarino. Yes, Anton Mandarino. Here he is, bodyguard. He might be a Ray Donovan guy. I don't know. We had a hard time kind of, he's shaking his head, validating his facts, but we're gonna walk him up. He has no idea what's happening. Anton Mandarino joining myself, Sophia Grant, John Anderson, right now. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
A lot of people get a wake-up call, promise they'll change, then slowly drift back into the same life. That's the quiet trap. Survival becomes a story you tell instead of a responsibility you live. Anton Mandarino's life seems built around refusing that trap. In 2008, Anton faced stage 4 head and neck cancer. Most people would have been grateful just to breathe. Less than a year later, he started running. Not a little. Marathons, triathlons, finish lines that punish the body. By his count, he is now 40-plus marathons deep, including brutal races most healthy people would never attempt. But endurance is only one piece of the story. Anton also built a life around pressure, protection, and service. He brings an old-school operator's resume: special operations, smoke jumper work, hotshot crews, disaster response, and executive protection. That means one week can look like wildfires and disaster zones. Another can mean protecting Hollywood's wealthy and famous. And beneath all of that is the fight he keeps pointing back to: human trafficking, veterans, cancer awareness, and paying it forward. That phrase matters here. Pay it forward is easy to say. It gets heavier when your life keeps putting you near the fire. So this morning, we are not just asking what Anton has survived. We are asking what survival made him responsible for. We will talk cancer, service, trafficking, first responders, and the cost of living. Like every finish line still matters. Anton, welcome to the lab. We're glad to have this conversation with you today.
Hey, Mr. Nudge, apparently a former special operations soldier who jumps out of planes into wildfires, protects Hollywood elites, and fights human trafficking in Africa. His name, Anton Mandarino, joining us this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. What's going on, Anton?
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me. What's going on with you guys over there?
Where are you joining us from today, brother?
I'm back in the West Coast.
Oh, so you're up early today, are you?
Yes.
Nice. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today, my friend. I saw you nutting back there as we were joking about capitalism and Democrats.
Yeah, we have to, right?
What, do you have any comments on what we were joking about?
No. We all have some comments in today's politicians, and today's politics view is just we can't do anything, right? They run the countries, and
you know what I say about you know what I say about a conversation with politics. Someone starts talking to me about politics. I say, you can talk about politics, but I won't.
Yes.
I like that one.
Yes.
I like that one. Love it. Love that one.
Anton, so let's get into it, brother. So former special ops soldier, but I want to get into the personal journey that you had faced. Stage 4 cancer. Man, that's a heavy one. We talk about people getting cancer 1, 2, but doctors like, dude, boom, right to 4. Anton, right. What was that? What was that conversation like?
It was a setback, It's like a slap in your face, a cold bucket of water in your face. But it is what it is, You gotta face the music. Either move forward or you just give up. At that time, I was in the peak of my life. So it was 2007. I was like, all gung ho. Then suddenly this wall I just hit this wall and I'm like, whoa. Reality, you have a reality check, which was good because I was able to turn things around, and I think so I was able to beat. It's been, 19 years? I'm cancer free. So that said, it opened a different horizon for me, meaning that I kind of view the perspective of, okay, what can I do to help? Can I jump to help something? Instead of in my regular job, can I do something else? Can I go to distance? Can I go an extra mile for you and somebody else? So I came up with the idea, I'm going to run the LA Marathon. At that time, back in '08, I just did 1.5 miles. I couldn't do it because of the cancer. However, a friend of mine said, hey, you should open up a little organization. If people's going to donate, you can forward the money to Cancer Society, St. Judas Children's Hospital, and so on. So I did. In the beginning, it was just myself and one or two other guys. Now the thing grows for 12, sometimes 16 guys. It depends on what we're doing. Like next month, we're hitting the Escape of Alcatraz. I'm staying back because, I'm 63. Not that I cannot do it. I can. But this year was a little bit downside year for me. So I'm just staying in the booth, just marketing, socialize, PR, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Johnny.
So when you basically realized that you had cancer, what was talk to us about the train of thought that you went through? Because obviously the holy shits and all the stuff that comes along with that, and then you turn that into a positive. What was the kind of walk everybody through the train of thought that brought you there?
What happened was this: when I found out I had cancer, and the doctor told me you have a week to 10 days to live, I was like, well, it's not up to you.
Seriously?
I'm sorry, what kind of cancer was it?
Was a head and neck. I don't smoke, I don't drink, but it was a head and neck, and
the
it was
lymph node.
Yeah, it was in the left side.
Yeah, the lymphs, man, those things will get you quick.
My lymph nodes, affect my lymph nodes. I used to talk like Elvis Presley. Now, I'm just kidding. But it did affect my lymph nodes. And the doctor said, well, look, we got to cut you up here, remove the cancer, and you're going to talk to microphone. And I'm like, at that time I was in the service. I'm like, no, I can't do that. You got to find another way. So I went through different doctors. I went to Sinai, City of Hope. I went to Kaiser Permanente. They were working with something with a new technology called Tomo. So they went in and they said, well, let's do a tryout. So they put a PICC line over here, all the way down to the top of the heart in 7 days pumping chemo, 7 days without chemo. First day, I lost my hair, I lost everything.
You lost your hair the first day.
On the first day, well, when I woke up in the morning, I went to comb my hair like everybody else, and just pieces of the hair was coming to my
head. That right there should give everybody really fucking good calibration, let's call it. The chemo is poison. It's trying to kill the cancer, but it kills a lot of shit. And it's like chemo's like you're trying to hit a target right in front of you, but you take a fucking machine gun and you just spray everything, hoping that it gets that target. So it's so, I guess you'd say it's so poisonous. One fucking day, everyone, his fucking hair fell out. God damn, what else could you think about that you could do for one day where you'd lose your hair? I can't think of other than fucking a set of clippers and cut it off.
That's what happened. I went into my barber shop and I said, no, zip. And said,
fuck me.
I said, no, go ahead. I said, go ahead and do it. Take the whole thing. It's going to fall anyway. So
one day.
Wow. I went down from at that time, 225. I went down to like 165.
Wow.
In 30 days. Yeah.
How many days?
In 30 days.
God damn it.
Boom.
I don't think, I don't know that there would be another way possibly to do that other than fucking chemo, for Christ's sake. You could not eat for a fucking month, and I don't know that would happen.
I agree. What happened, they used to do like shooting food through over here on my belly because I couldn't resist. I used to drink muscle milk. And that's how I got involved with muscle milk. And I'm not advertising anything. I'm just saying they are still my sponsors when I participate in something. But
well, plug them, brother. Plug them. Shamelessly plug that shit. Go for it.
Yeah, I had to, I had to gain the weight back, to gain the strength, to go back to the normal life, which is never normal. But, you got to survive. You got to pay the bills, right? It's capitalism.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Hey, Anton, Johnny, you know, you guys are talking about this, and I'm just going to be super vulnerable and honest here. When we talk about chemotherapy, and I've always wanted to ask this question, and John, you said it best. I'm glad you said use the word poison. Like chemotherapy is literally drinking a glass of chemical poison. Like, I want to super simplify it. That's what it is, right? And
basically they're just bypassing the stomach by going straight in the PICC line right to the heart.
That's what it is, John. Like it's drinking poison. It's like saying
pretty much
straight down.
Like just poison. Like that's it. Poison.
Yeah, but think of when you drink something, it's not nearly as powerful as when it goes straight in the bloodstream. So drinking doesn't even do it justice.
Oh.
Yeah, and you got to stay 2 hours in the hospital doing that. And they're pumping that on you, and then you leave. As a matter of fact, they give women's sickness pills for you to have because you're going to getting thrown up, you're going to be sick. The first 2 days, you're like, it feels like you were in a bar fight. You
really?
don't want to get up. Yeah, it feels like, you know. But then, again, capitalism, we got to pay the bills. So you got to get out.
You know, a lot of people.
I remember because I had to pay mine in cash, right? A cash, credit card, everything. I refinanced my house to pay for the treatment. I remember one time getting in Kaiser Permanente, my card didn't pass. It declined. Christ. And the reception said, well, it didn't pass. I said, okay, so next time I double up. She said, no, it doesn't work like that. Today you don't get chemo. I'm like, what? I said, call my doctor, please. What do you mean I don't get chemo? I have 7 days of chemo. I need to get my chemo. She said, no, if you don't pay. So
no
it
shit.
Is captive. Yeah. So actually my doctor came down, and believe it or not, you can ask him. He was like, I covered this time. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
I was like,
that's cool.
Like that was because I was refinance. Yeah. I streamlined back in 2007. It was easier, but it wasn't that easy. So it took like 10 days to get the money.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, man. I've never fully, like, I've understood it, Johnny, but never fully understood the details of like actually going through chemotherapy. I could never had the conversation with somebody who's, I know it's horrible. I know that it sounds like you're probably going through death, but just tactically how it's administered, you're like, it's poison going through your body.
Definitely. You know, I'll be honest with you guys. I've been in some tough battles in some situations that I could come out. That one, I didn't see a way out. I was like, whoa, this is, really? You know. And then once I finished my chemo, it came radiation. That's another zap that you're like, in the beginning, you're like, okay, you're talking fine the first few days. And then when it hits the 10th day, you can't even talk, you can't drink water, you can't do anything. So you're like, it was tough, you know, but it's over now. And then afterwards, I think it was worse afterward. It was tougher because then the bills start coming, the credit card bills.
I never thought about that part, right? You go through it, you're having to pay the bills, and then
you don't care what you have to pay. You're paying for your life, literally.
Yep. Holy fuck! And then you pay for it, and then you're done your treatment, and then a number of days later, you go to your mailbox, and there's your bill, and you're constantly reminded.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it comes your bills, and it comes like you have on you. So can't pay pretty much. You know, you gotta do whatever you gotta do, but.
And Tony, you said something a few moments ago. It struck me. You said that as you were going through it, you have been in a few other battles in your life, difficult situations. Clearly, a special ops guy. You know, some military operations along the way. There was a moment you thought you were done. You said this was it for you.
Yeah, I thought it was done. Was one of the moments that when the chemo really got me, and I remember that I told the nurse, I said, I gotta go in the restroom. She said, okay, just carry your chemo with you, blah, 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 with the PICC line, is no problem. As I took my first step, I dropped. I didn't even see it drop. I just went out, zoom. And it was like something that just hit me like nothing, out of the blue. And I was like, whoa. When they picked me up, I was back in the chair because they put a comfortable chair for you to have the chemo.
Yeah.
And I said, what happened? She said, yeah, that happens. Sometimes you just blank out. I'm like,
check
whoa.
out.
Yeah. I said, how long I was off? I said 2 hours. I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. I'm like, that happen all the time because then you start getting scared. You're going to drive, you're going to walk, you're going to go to Starbucks. You're like, whoa, is this going to happen? She said,
Yeah.
Ken, it gets a flashback, you boom, you're gone. She said, because you got to understand, it is in your lymph nodes, but it's the whole side that has this cancer. So we're just poking the cells, the angry cells, and see what they're going to do.
We got a question from the community for you, Anton, from Sullivan here. It says to us, his question is, routine systems often help people get through big health issues. Did you have any that helped mentally and physically? What did you do for mental health, Anton?
I'll be honest with you. You know, that's a great question. I just told F cancer, you know, because yeah, they do offer. They offer wigs. They offer, you know, those meetings. Excellent. Oh, so and so passed away. Oh, so and so. But that battle was myself, God, and cancer. Nothing else. So I didn't care to go to meetings, to talk to anybody. I said, this battle I gotta carry my. Even I remember my parents come to visit me. My mom just cried. She used to make food and cry. I couldn't eat. So I told my dad, you know what? Take mom back home. Take mom back home. I got this. You know.
Yeah. You got to surround yourself with what you need to get through it.
It's true.
You know, I don't want to fucking hear about all the stories of people fucking dying, and don't put me in a room where everybody's fucking crying. That's not what I need right now. I need my fucking armor. I need the shit. I need to go to fucking war right now. You're gonna fucking cry. Do it in the other room.
Yeah.
You know the funny thing? I couldn't even lay down to sleep. So what I did, I got my army sleeping bag. I put a hook on my closet, and I used to sleep, you know, standing up, but with my sleeping bag. So I was like a hanger. So I stay over there. That's how I used to sleep.
How come you couldn't sleep laying down? How come you couldn't sleep laying down?
Because it's you hurt over here, and the whole room, because I was cooked inside out, so the whole room felt like a bad barbecue, put it this way. So I couldn't. I lay down like this or this way, I was like in pain. I felt like my head, I got to put it through the wall.
Jesus.
So then my doctor said, try to sleep standing up. I'm like, how am I going to do that, you know? So I went in my closet, I put a bar, you know, a rod bar over there. I did some monkey business over there, and then I got my sleeping bag put in with a hook, and I used to sleep like that. However, when you used to get kids that come like 10, 11 o'clock knocking your door, and you're ready to fall asleep, I had to unzipper the whole thing. I had to, you know, get off my gear and go back and see who it was. So it was a drag, but, you know, it's no pain, no gain. You know, that's what it is. Even though I was losing a lot of weight, but I was gaining a lot up here. You know, I was gaining a lot up here. So it paid off. Like I said, it paid forward because I think so. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have never done the triathlons or marathons. I would never get involved with that. Never be able to help, you know, some of the entities that are out there. So.
Anton's hanging out with myself and John this morning from Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends. Anton, where are you from?
California, originally from Brazil.
Okay, yeah. And a special ops soldier for the United States military?
What happened was this. I was in high school here in the States, and I didn't have the best grade to go to an Ivy League college. So my counselor said, either you go to community college, join the sheriff department or the fire department or whatever, and they send you to college or go to the armed forces. So I said, no, I'm going to join the Army. I went in for 4 years to pay for my college. I ended up doing almost 30. Yeah.
Wow. And special operations?
Yes. It's jump out of perfect aircraft every single time. Did some dark jumps as well, and the night jumps that we call frogman. I had to go through the trains like everybody else, survive. And became, you know, the only issue is when you come out, because you took your degree back in the 80s and you come out in the 30 years later, 20 years later, your degree is worthless. You never work on that, so they look at you like, well, never worked in this field. So you got to get a hard hat or boots. You get jobs here and there. You don't get, they don't want to hire veterans. Most entities want to stay away from the veterans, so I went into FEMA and I did a seasonal smoke jumper. I was able to go up north and get the certification. Then when California has some disasters, I go along.
Yeah. Anton joining myself and John this morning on Mornings Alive with Keith, John, and friends. So Anton, talk to us a little bit about the Hollywood protection service you also offer here as we wrap up with you. What is that all about?
I got involved with a buddy of mine that does all this stuntman stuff. So he said, "Hey, can you help me out with the bodyguard?" I said, "For what?" He said, "Well, for entertainment." I'm like, "I'm not really fan of that, but I can use the money, so I don't do anything the weekend." So he said, "Yeah, I go. I get tapped." So it is something that's it's not proud to be in my resume, but it's something that I do it. It's almost like driving an Uber, put it this way. If they need somebody to protect it and they need a B guy or A guy, so I jump in. If they don't have the whole team complete, I go in. If they do, so I stay in the standby. So normally it's to pick up somebody in the airport, drive them to whatever location they need to be drive. If you have a driver, I'm with them just for security at that time, nothing else. Most either business or entertainment person. Sometimes I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Put it this way, because I don't know everybody entertainment list, or if you would be like in my times, if you'd be a Bon Jovi or Gene Simon or something, I would know. I could tell who it is. But today's kids, I have no idea who they are. So, but that's I do it most of the time. And I start getting more involved with the business side, meaning to get more exec protection than anything else, because those are daytime jobs, and I think so it's a little bit easier.
Yeah. Anton, as we wrap up with you, my brother, where can folks find you, connect with you, engage with you, and learn a little bit more about your story? Anton Mantarino.
I'm in X, like everybody else, X or Instagram. And Instagram now is what do they call LinkedIn. That's it.
Awesome.
And I'm in California, so everybody knows where I am.
Awesome. You're just up the road from the human nudge himself, John Anderson. John, closing comments for Anton before we walk him out of here this morning?
Brother, I just got to say that, more people need to hear about what you did in terms of going from you have 10 days to live to the life you lead right now. That is a fucking massive contrast. And I think more people need to understand how possible it is. Your story is exactly what they need to hear. So fucking keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Hey, thanks. Keep doing what you guys doing. That's an excellent show,
Thanks,
so
Anton.
I'm glad that we connected, and hope one day come back to your show again.
Yeah, and you got Dwayne Whitaker, who also is a proud man. Got good times. Sullivan, all thanking you for your service and your inspiration, Anton. So on behalf of Dwayne, on behalf of Charlie, on behalf of Sullivan, myself, the entire team here at Mornings, Anton, we're blessed, grateful to have you on the show here today. And be well, okay? We'll stay in touch.
Likewise. Take
Awesome.
care, guys.
All right, Anton Mantarino joining us this morning on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. Johnny, you said it, man, from a few to being told you're going to die. I can't even imagine that. And then figuring it out and still here today, 15 years later, whatever it is, eh?
100%. And now that we're out, obviously, I wanted to say that, but I couldn't say this when Anton was telling a story because it was too fucking gripping. I couldn't break stride.
Yeah.
But I have a serious fucking question for you.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Like, think about this.
Yes.
Why the fuck do you announce when you want to be vulnerable? Why don't you just fucking do it?
I don't know. Good question. Maybe
but you've made progress, because when I came on the show, the first time I called you out on this, you used to ask, can I be vulnerable right now? And you'd wait for a fucking response, like someone, Keith, be vulnerable. Then you would have, so that was the first generation.
I'm getting better.
Announce it. So you're getting better. But what is it that makes you feel like you need to say that?
Now I can just pull my penis out of my pants, just like you. Just pull it out.
You've gained the confidence just to fucking pull your pants down. You
don't even have to announce it. So, Nation, I'm no longer going to announce that I'm pulling my penis out. I'm just pulling it out.
Yes.
Oh, good.
You don't have to fucking announce or ask for permission from anything.
I love it.
I mean, didn't Bimbo teach you a goddamn thing?
We got to keep
all that fucking time with Bimbo, and he didn't teach you it was okay to pull your shit out. He sure didn't ask for fucking permission.
Oh, coming up, the lifestyle tip. Anderson's on the ball here today. Lifestyle tip reset hour 2. We're coming back, men. Charlie, Dwayne Whitaker, Mike Sullivan. If your wife leaves, who do you actually have left? We're going to have that conversation with Keith and John coming up in about 2 minutes this morning. And what else John's going to throw at me? I don't know. Let's nudge me out of here and get John up on screen this morning on Morning.
All right. I don't know why my camera keeps moving. Christ. Lifestyle tip. Remember, we're focusing on questions you can ask yourself to potentially do a little self-analysis, self-monitoring, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Here's the question. Are you taking your life for granted? My guess is a lot of you are. Our man Anton just told a story where he fucking showed up to the doctor one day and said, you have 10 days to live. What if that was you? With the shit that you worry about every fucking day, would you worry about what people are going to think because you do this? You worry more about what people are going to think because you fail and to fail yourself. You're concerned with things that you can't actually fix. All this shit goes away. Use this as like a contrast. Just close your eyes and pretend you had 7 days to live. What the fuck would you do today? How would you live your life different today if you only had 7 more days to fucking live? It's going to recalibrate your thought process a little bit, I'm guessing. So the question you have to ask yourself is, am I taking my life for granted? Think about it. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're wrapping up with Anton Mantorino. The guy went from having moments to live with a massive stage 4 cancer diagnosis, and he was here today. He didn't die. He's kept getting after it and making good decisions to get life sorted out. What a fun conversation we had with Anton Mantorino. John and Keith are getting after it today. John just nudged himself out of the studio here, so he'll be back in a few minutes. And we're going to have a conversation about if your wife leaves, who do you actually have left? Who do you have left? Yes, we're going to have that conversation right now because men, we got her, she's around, and then she's gone. What happens? And then also Sophie Turner's divorce, the brutal truth every dad over 30 needs to hear. We're going to have a couple, we're going to chat about that a little bit as well coming up in the hour 2. I'm just stumbling on my words today. Maybe I need to be a little more vulnerable, Mr. Anderson. Hour 2 starts right now. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Quick test. If your wife left tomorrow, who do you call to not fall apart? That panic is the point. A lot of men don't have friends. They've got a wife running their entire social department.
Let's not overcomplicate it. If she stopped planning weekends, you'd just sit there. That's emotional outsourcing.
You don't have a brotherhood. You've got coworkers and one exhausted woman. Then you stack roles on her like she's a Swiss Army knife. Lover, co-parent, therapist, social secretary. That's how you burn her out. So Keith and John, is the fear losing her or losing the whole life she's been quietly managing for you?
Guys, I want you to imagine a terrifying scenario. Think about this for a second, boys. Tomorrow you come home from the office and she's gone. Think about that. Listen, I have been around buddies where that has happened. Papers are on the counter, marriage is over. After that initial shock and the panic wears off, you pick up the phone to call someone to help you process it. And then you realize that the person you were going to call is her. And then you're like, holy fuck. And then you scroll through your contacts and you're like, uh-oh, now who am I going to call? And then you realize you got to call Keith and Jon from Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends, 8 o'clock Eastern time. But seriously, for millions of many men out there like us, all us Gen Xers out there, the brutal answer is probably nobody. I know we all don't want to admit it, but probably nobody. Let's talk about that emotional outsourcing, because probably for the last 10, 15, 20 years, you've completely delegated your social life, maybe even your family connections to your wife. And then all of a sudden,
your last statement is exactly the fucking problem with everyone.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you have no one?
That one there. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Fuck yeah. You know, you have
your own mirror.
Yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you said yes.
Make this shit for Christ's sake. God damn
dude,
it.
I'm with you, man. I'm glad you draw, because that's where I wanted to go too. That I think too often we forget that we can go look in our own mirror and have some fucking self-reflection. Because if you come home and the wife is gone, you better go look in the fucking mirror, Johnny. Seriously.
Well, but the whole fucking point is, why fucking wait?
Yeah. Yes.
Jesus Christ. It's
so
like,
I mean,
it's like, I mean, again, it's like we live in this fucking society where we're fucking bred to run from emergency to emergency rather than just make sure that emergencies stay at bay.
So you've talked openly about the separation you have went through.
Yeah.
And I've talked about my going through divorce. If your wife handed you today, Terry's like, I'm done. Who are you calling right now?
No one.
Going to your own mirror, figuring it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically what my first thought is. I'm going to put myself, and I say this as a symbol, I'm going to put myself in prison. I need to create a fucking loop right now that you're going to be okay with. That's stabilization of making sure that I'm okay day to day is step number one. And that doesn't come from anyone else. Doesn't come from anyone else. It comes from me.
Yes.
I'm time to go to prison.
But Anderson, that's
meaning that you've been stripped. Okay. How do you find peace and happiness in this place?
Yeah. Many men, I suspect, Jon, don't take that approach.
Of course they don't.
Right? They don't. Right? We're jumping.
They think the answers are in the bottom of a fucking vodka bottle.
Yes.
Or at the butt of a fucking joint.
Or the next little 20-year-old or something. Moving one problem to the next problem, not addressing it. Right? We got Dwayne Whitaker.
The 20-year-old's probably why she left to begin with.
Right. We got Dwayne saying, you were born alone and we're all going to die alone. Everything else is part of the journey. Well said, eh? Seriously. Right?
Yeah. My version of that is we start off shitting our pants and we end up shitting in our pants.
And then we got Dwayne. We got Dragon Master saying, "Hey Jon, how are you?" We had Dragon hanging out with us yesterday, and Sans says, "Good morning, Sans. Thanks for hanging us out this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends." The reality is that, and then what's happening, Jon, now is you got the great divorce happening, right? The statistical reality of more folks that are aging are separating and divorcing. A lot of men waking up in their 50s and 60s going, holy shit, my wife is gone. I got nobody left. Right. And I love your invitation for the guy to go look in the mirror and put yourself out, using your word prison, but going to figure shit out. But Johnny, 50s and 60s, man, that's a hard place to step back into if you've been married to somebody for 3,000 years to go and try to figure it out yourself.
My oldest brother's going through a divorce right now.
Oh,
and I went and stayed with him for a week over Christmas. And keep in mind, it's an interesting dynamic because he's 14 years older than me.
Okay.
And so there's not been many times in our lives where, I speak and I can add some value because I'm always the one that's fucking sucking it all up.
Yes. You were the mentor in that situation, it sounds like.
I didn't consider myself the mentor. I just shared a lot of thoughts. And he deemed that, but I didn't go into that with that position. You don't just decide you're a mentor. You've got to, you act in a way where you become one.
Yes. Yes.
And at the end of one of our conversations, you know, he's like, because he was just kind of openly speaking, he's like, fuck, man. He goes, it's been 31 years, you know? And so I was just kind of explaining to him, you know, just to think of it from a different perspective. It's like, you know, goddamn, yes, it sucks. Let's acknowledge that. But you get a chance to do it again and not make the mistakes you made the first time, and you know what they are.
Yes. Yeah.
And he sat there and he pondered, and at the end of the conversation, he's like, you really gave me a different perspective on this. And the humdinger was, he actually told my mom, or our mom, I should say, that the conversations that we had really kind of helped him realign with a better position to move forward, which to me, I don't know that that was such a huge, like, it just, I don't know. I don't know what I would say. It felt so good to know that I was able to add some perspective and value to him when that's pretty much all he's done for me my whole life.
Yeah, we clearly added value, right? So, where's that situation today with your brother?
He's just kind of inching along the path, but inching along being the key.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I know when I was going through my journey, it was very much a go look in the mirror and figure your shit out, right? Whether to use whether putting yourself in prison, but a constant looking in the mirror, constant reflecting, constant asking questions. And then as I emerged on my journey with Lauren, it's
well, I think that totally. And I think that the looking in the mirror part, I think that my perspective, I think that is not going to work for most people, because they've been looking in their fucking mirror all this time and they don't see what's actually in the fucking mirror. Right. Try to actually, of course it's great to look and think and all that shit, but let's put yourself in a position where you actually have to try to fucking make some peace. Then through that struggle, when you look in the mirror, you're going to see something different.
Well, so I think what you're talking about is intention, because it's easy to look in the mirror, but if you're looking at the mirror and looking through the mirror and not being intentional and acting upon it, then you might as well stop looking. Like I know when I was going through my shit, I had to be very intentional with my thoughts, with where I was, how I was. Well,
let's make an example, right? Because you don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
Okay. So let's compare this to someone who loses weight. Loses fat. I deal with it all the time. Like one of my clients yesterday sent me a message and he hit his goal. And he's like, this is fucking great. He goes, but to be honest, he goes, I got another probably 20 pounds of fat on me to go. I'm like, yeah, you do. Great job, but you're here. But you see, he didn't know what he didn't know. So he was looking in you can look in the fucking mirror all you want, and you're going to keep coming back to that. I need to lose that certain amount of weight. Well, not until you're down that path a little bit, physically moving down the path, do you really start to register what needs to happen.
Yeah. Well, and if he, again, back to that word intention, if he wasn't intentional with his thoughts, he wouldn't have known that as well. To your point, he called it out and he's like, I still have more to go. And you're like, yeah, you do. Right.
And he recognized that because he learned through action.
Yes.
Looking in the mirror is great, but you've been fucking, not saying you, a man has been fucking doing that his whole life, and he's somehow justified those tits.
Yeah.
You think it's going to all of a sudden one day, because the wife leaves, going to fucking see something different? How about get in motion? Every step you take reveals something new. You start to actually see that picture in a different light.
Yeah. Charlie says the worst part is when someone that hasn't been through these kind of situations gives us advice, right? So you have somebody coming. So it's easy for you to sit down with somebody to offer your situation. You're like, yeah, Terry and I just went through a separation, or I say, yeah, I've gone through a divorce. So, it's easy to have these conversations when you've gone through it. There's nothing worse than sitting down with somebody who's just offering you the fucking quarterbacking situation. You're like, you don't have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Right. So Charlie's so true with that one, man, which is, the worst part
real
is
quick on that level. You took a snippet off another one of my sayings. What was it?
I didn't catch it. What was it? What I said?
Quarterback situation, as you called it.
Oh yeah, like the Monday morning quarterback. Somebody just sitting back there and making all decisions for you when they haven't even fucking played a game.
What's the Monday morning is close, but it's not the actual saying that I used. I'm just trying to test your recall.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Armchair.
Armchair. Yeah, you got all the armchair quarterbacks out there offering advice who haven't fucking done it before.
But Monday morning will do. Monday morning will do.
Yeah. We call the Monday morning quarterback back up here in Canada. Hey, speaking of Monday morning quarterback, get this. Switching gears. Survivor winner. You know the game Survivor? So here's a question for you. You win $1 million sitting on the island. How much do you think you're taking home before the government takes their chunk? Melissa, don't run the clip yet. Kai, don't run it yet. Question for Johnny. How much do you think you're taking home? $1 million you won. How much do you think you're taking home?
Not nearly as much as you think. I've never played that game.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Survivor. I'm talking about getting a fucking check.
Yeah. Well, here I got it for you. Survivor winner reveals how much she paid on the $1 million she won. Kai, let's run the clip.
Probably close to half, is it?
She won $1 million on Survivor, and the IRS took $380,000 before she could spend a dime. Uncle Sam didn't even let her unpack her bag from Fiji.
Savannah Louie won 4 immunity challenges, outlasted 17 people,
and walked away with $620,000 after federal taxes. If she lived in California, she'd have lost another $133,000. Know your numbers before they check you.
I was not bad with that guess. So yeah. 620 is what she captured. But if she was in California, but another 130, it would have been less than half.
Oh, that's incredible. Petro guessed 650. Johnny, I didn't realize those rules.
I said a little more than half. She got a little less than half. Obviously, I'm only talking about, I only really understand California's, and I don't even understand taxes in California that well for a person collecting a check.
Yeah, I did, and I didn't realize that it was that much more because one lived in California. Holy smokes, man! Just by where you live, an extra 100 and some.
I think there's like a $2 tax on a gallon of fucking gas here.
Man,
yeah,
it's incredible. Rico comes in now, and Rico, obviously, Johnny is a regular on our show here, and we're just kind of referring back to if your wife leaves, John, you'll appreciate this. Rico says, Rico, I missed 50 years married by a few weeks. Man, I'm ready to, I'm his words, I'm ready to join her. I feel like I'm depending on my kids too much, and they'll be fine without me, but I'm still waking up every day, so I have to wait for God's time, not my time.
Oh, so it sounds like his wife passed.
Yeah, his wife did pass, Johnny. Yeah, his wife passed a number of years back. He was widowed by his wife, who I know he loves very dearly. Rico spends every morning hanging out with you and I and the crew here. And Rico, if I can say this, man,
your wife. Sorry to interrupt you, brother. Just came out like a fucking lightning bolt. Remember, Rico, your wife is looking down on you, and she knows that you love her. She loves you. She wants you to live a happy life. When you're in pain, she's in pain. So try to straighten it up for her and your kids.
Yeah. That's right. And Rico, I'm really glad. I'm grateful that you spend your time with us in the mornings. I really am, brother. And I hope, and I know you found a community here of men to hang out with, and I'm really glad that you share yourself, you share the stuff. And man,
and you know what he didn't do? Ask for permission to be vulnerable.
Yes, that's exactly it. He just put it on the line.
Even the fucking guests come on and fucking do it. Why does the host have to ask for permission?
He just put the purple helmet on the table, Anderson. He just put it right out there. Just fucking whipped it out.
Whatever you want on the table. You can put the helmet on there. Put whatever you want on there.
The helmets.
And it's not the helmet. It's called the fireman's cap.
Do you ever? No. We called the purple helmet up here. I grew up in high school calling it the purple helmet.
Okay. Well, I mean, you call it the Monday morning quarterback, so it's close enough. It's a language we understand.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. Hey, do you ever do and a serious question? We talk stretching from time to time, and I know you're a huge fan of the Superman. I am as well. Do you ever do child's pose? And the serious question, like, do you ever do child's pose, like the when you're no, you don't? Any reason why you don't, or
because that's the position that my back actually has problems from.
Oh, is that right? Okay, I didn't realize
my
that.
spine in a position where nerves would get pinched in that position.
Okay. Yeah. There's a clip here that research shows that this simple yoga releases tension, deepens breathing. I enjoy it when I'm stretching. I don't mind doing a good old child's pose and getting into it. So, John, is it your lower back where it starts to pinch for you? Is that where you have the grief? Is that where it is, pal?
Yeah. So see how that would be called an open back, right? A closed back would be the opposite, would be the arch. That arch is where everything is protected. Open is exposed.
Okay.
So basically, long and short of it, I was multiple times, I was in a heavy fucking deadlift and I went from a closed protected back, lost my position, went to an open back. That's what fucked it up. My back grounded, then basically shifted and fucking the discs fucking ruptured. And that was what put the pressure on the nerves. So
oh my goodness,
it was the open back position where my injuries occurred. So my spine doesn't like that position.
It doesn't like that position. Yeah. John, when you sleep,
even without pressure.
Yeah. When you sleep, do you sleep on your back, on your side? How do you sleep, pal?
Yeah, I put the mattress to where it's got a pretty good fucking, I don't know what you call a little bump right at my lower back.
Okay. Oh, in your lumbar. Oh, really? Yeah.
And it's pretty good. I mean, you can fucking walk up and clearly see it's there because I have to work to keep my back closed so that that's where I'm the most comfortable. And then I go to my side. So really what it's doing is it's creating some sort of spinal, I guess you'd say, a minor spinal stretch, but always into, that open or side open position.
Oh, okay. Well, this is great because I got something here I want to talk to you with. I got this herniate. So have you had a herniated disc before? I have not. I don't know much about them. I hear people that have had them.
Yeah, herniated, ruptured. So basically there's a bulge, right? Because the disc is like a jelly donut, right? So it goes like disc, jelly donut, disc. That makes sense. So the jelly donut is the disc. So when the spine moves, it's like a little cushion in there, right? Well, if the spine moves too abruptly in one way or the next, the jelly donut gets pressure on this side, squirts shit out the other side. That's basically a ruptured disc. I've got 2 of those. I got 2 ruptured and I got 2 bulged, excuse me. And the bulge is where it almost ruptured, but it didn't get through.
So, John, let's check this clip now because I have this clip. Maybe you can color commentate it for me. But here's a surgery of what I'm thinking of what happened to you. Am I correct?
Well, there's so many different versions. Let's see what they're doing.
Yeah. So this is lumbar spine surgery, surgical removal of a herniated disc. I don't think it's running very well here.
Yeah, I don't honestly understand enough of what I'm looking at to speak on this. Oh, there's the disc back there.
Yeah, I can't really. It's not running good enough for us here. So
see right there, I think they're pulling out pieces of the disc is what they're doing. Yep. Then they're putting in the patch right there.
Oh, okay.
So basically what happened was that herniated disc. See, for me, same thing. I was rounded. So we're looking at the back from the backside. Right? We're looking at if the patient's on his stomach. Okay.
Yes.
So that disc ruptured coming towards the back. Right. So when they pull that, it's the spinal. Those are the nerves that it pinches. So now they're pulling the chunks of the broken disc out. They're putting a patch in there. A patch is probably the wrong word.
Really?
Disc. Those are all broken pieces of disc. There's the patch.
Yeah, I see that.
So like when mine ruptured, it was not directly to the back, I don't believe. I think it was to one side of the neck because it caught the S1 nerve, which ran down my leg. So because I remember it was really weird in the second time it happened. It was a deadlift competition. I needed the points. I needed to be in the top 3 of this. I knew I wasn't going to beat the number 1 guy. He was just 50, 60 pounds above everybody. So I needed to get in that top 3 to carry the points I needed forward. So I came up and I knew, okay, I need this lift. Right. And so I got in there and I'm fucking pulling and it's coming slow. And I felt myself get a little forward, but I'm like, no, you're not fucking letting go of this thing. So as I'm trying to fight my way back, right, I feel this fucking like, I thought my hamstring tore. I felt this like pow in the back of my leg. Like it felt like somebody slapped me, pow. But I didn't let go. And I was like, whoa. I was able to finish the lift. I'm like, fuck you. I'm thinking when I'm holding at the top, you tore your hamstring, but how did you hold on? That's what I'm thinking. I put the bar down, get the points. I'm walking off the stage and I'm going down the steps. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with my hamstring. I'm going down these steps with no fucking problem. And that's what I was feeling was the fucking disc rupturing and pop. It hit the fucking nerve. It's like flicking a fucking guitar string. I felt it go out my leg. That makes sense?
Ouch.
Well,
it does, 100%.
It really hurt, though. It was just the feeling of the slap on the back of my leg was the guitar string getting the disc hit.
Oh, yeah.
You see all those white things going down. Those are all different nerves. So it popped the S1, which sends that shock down the back of my leg.
Yikes. Hey, speaking of leg,
the mistake I made was I didn't get the surgery for way too long. So those broken pieces they were pulling out stayed in there, and they started to calcify. And what happened is they turned into calcium, and they started to fucking literally saw through the S1 nerve. That's when my legs started going numb. And I was like, they're like, dude, if you don't get this fixed, you're not gonna be able to walk. You're gonna lose fucking function of that S1 nerve, and you're gonna walk like you're on a peg leg. Okay, let's go. Sign me up.
Yeah. Hey, a couple of months back, you were having some challenges with your leg there. You're having some nerve issues. Has that gone away?
Yeah, it was the other side. So it was basically was the S1 nerve on the other side. Honestly, I don't know if it's the S1 nerve because I didn't feel all the way down my leg, but keep in mind that develops. But yeah, for sure, that was because that was a different disc. They said that I only had one of them. I only had one repaired because I was trying to get back as quick as I could. When they went in there, they're like, you really the one that's causing you the problem is S5, but S4 needs to be done too, but it's not giving you trouble right now. It's not actually on a nerve. I said, just get what you got to get done. Get me back out. I should have had them both done because it's probably L4 that's giving me trouble now.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, a question from a good time here.
Fucking peptides. I've got this thing pretty well fucking licked.
We got a question from Charlie here. Have you guys ever had trigger point injections? Have you had them, Johnny? I don't know what that is.
Trigger point. I need a little more information. There's a lot of names for this shit.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, Charlie. I have had trigger point injections. We got Peaches saying I wouldn't be able to get back up if I did that stretch pose. We're talking about the child's pose there, and she says, "I feel you, John. Mine either. Getting myself out of the wheelchair has always been my best accomplishment." That's awesome, Peaches. I didn't know you were in the wheelchair. I think that was a quick micro discectomy video. And then we got Dwayne jumping in saying the back and head are the worst problems to have. Yeah, no question. I've known a lot of dudes.
Both of those, babe. Fuck. I got both the back and the head. Did I lose you?
Yeah, no, there you are. Yeah, we're having a little bit of break up there. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just giggling. Dwayne said the back and the head are the worst ones. I got both of them. I lose you again.
No, I think we're having a little bit of a hiccup here somewhere along the way here. I think it might be me here this morning. Yeah, is that? He says it's like acupuncture. Have you had acupuncture, John?
Not.
No, yeah, me neither. Yeah, I have not had it. And he says, I was just about to get out of the wheelchair when I started joining your lives. Oh, no kidding. Thanks, Peaches. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, okay, so we're going to work towards wrapping up here. A little bit of a lag on my side here. Kai, let's run this vintage clip here. What do we got here this morning? This is a day off. There's, Debbie Does Dallas, or the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. That was the old handsome chief growing up, Johnny, in the living room at my cousin's place with the old Dallas Cowboys on the screen there.
Is that really you?
That was Monday morning. No. It could be me though. Yeah, Monday morning quarterback.
That kid's
looked like my TV. It looked like
that kid's way too skinny, isn't he?
He is way too skinny, just sitting there on the floor with his fucking toys. And it looks like Debbie Does Dallas. One of the first. I think that's where this one's from. Actually, remember Debbie Does Dallas? That one of the most famous porns that was released back in the 70s and 80s.
I know the name, but I don't know that I've ever seen it.
Yeah, so I think I probably saw it back when I was 12 or 13. It was like one of the originals, and I think good time. All you guys know about Debbie Does Dallas.
How did you get your hands on fucking pornography when you were fucking 12 or 13 years old?
Dude,
like we're talking VHS.
Oh yeah, VHS and magazines. Yeah, all my uncles.
Magazines, obviously, you could fucking find one of them. But where the fuck were you locating at 13 years old?
So I had uncles and uncles and uncles that all had VHSs everywhere. So I think that was maybe now I'm thinking about it, that's why they all had VHS machines, all my uncles.
Dude, I'm imagining you sitting there putting this fucking thing in, and Bobo sitting right next to you, or Bimbo.
Oh, you mean this guy right here?
Yeah, this is your porn watching partner right here.
This is
your porn watching. Every time you put a porno on, he couldn't figure out how to put the thing. He couldn't make the VHS work. So you guys served each other very well.
I love it. Oh man, I miss the old school cartoon, says Miss Peaches. Yes. Well, listen, John, I'm gonna nudge you out of here before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, did you see this Star Wars-ass speeder bike is real? Jet-powered Volonaut air bike. No propellers, just hold my beer turbines.
Dude pops out of stealth like Batman, except it's a Polish engineer named Tomasz Patan. 360-degree view, carbon fiber, 3D printed parts, science cosplay gone feral.
It's like 30 kilos lighter than my emotional baggage, and it allegedly hits 124 miles per hour. That's not a hover bike, that's a flying felony.
And automated stabilization means the bike has better self-control than half our dating history. One wrong sneeze, and you're a human pinball.
The clip looks smooth, like it's cheating physics in HD. But if it malfunctions, you're not crashing, you're becoming modern art.
Hey, John, if this thing goes on sale, are we buying it, banning it, or starting a speeder bike gang on the show?
So this guy actually built a Star Wars speeder bike. So one of these things, and I had to put it up here because I know when growing up watching Star Wars, these ridiculous movies, they had this thing in the movies. The guy built the real version of it. And I figured after having that Blundell last week on our show, the Rocket Man, I thought this was kind of timely because it shows that people are just making cool shit around the world, man. This guy's actually flying, Johnny. True story. Like his old.
Well, I was thinking you'd probably be fucking safer on one of those than a fucking motorcycle. A motorcycle on like a street bike, you're fucking going on a cement. I'd much rather crash into that.
You know what? It's a good point, eh? There's no other traffic around, no other cars around, just you and the trees.
If you give me a fucking choice of going out on the freeway and a fucking motorcycle or this, I'll pick this every time.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, though. That's a pretty cool.
I didn't think it was real, dude.
Neither did I.
How does it stay in the air?
I think it's I believe it's turbines. Like it's like there's enough air going like being pushed out the back there.
I would assume you would see all that though. Fuck, is it that compact to generate that much lift and power? Oh, look at that! You see all the leaves. You see how the leaves were upset when it went by, so you could see the force that thing's creating. Look below. Look below him. You can see all it. Oh yeah, look at that! Fuck yeah, that thing is generating some serious lift.
That's pretty cool though, eh? Like seriously,
that's crazy, dude. That's
crazy.
I wonder
what yeah.
Hey,
it's like a drone.
Look.
Look now. He's still flying. Charlie says the kid next door had one Playboy hidden under the big rock in the woods. Yes. Why we never put it in a plastic bag?
That's the way childhood was. See, not everybody had a fucking bimbo that could go in the fucking goddamn in the VHS store and rent a fucking porno.
But you know what? He said something here which I loved, which was the plastic bags, because I remember that too, Charlie, which was hiding the magazines. If I was hiding them outside or somewhere, had to hide them in the plastic bags so that they wouldn't get wet. Yes. Yeah.
And then you fucking open up. Everybody in the neighborhood knows where this is. It's fucking dry. But once it's been there a while, the fucking pages start sticking together. Like, oh, fuck. God damn it.
And then a few pages are really stuck together.
Motherfucker. I guess I'm back to the Sears catalog till the new one.
Yeah. We got Petro commentating for us from the sidelines there on behalf of the handsome chief here, Johnny. Watch, says Dr. John Petrocelli, who will be joining us tomorrow. Hey, Johnny, Petro set tomorrow's title. So if you're disappointed in the title, you can blame it on Petro tomorrow.
What do you mean the title?
The title for tomorrow's conversation came from our very own Dr. Jon Pescelli.
Oh, our show with him. Okay.
Yeah. That'll be tomorrow. So that's
watch.
Yes.
I was going to ask him, why does this study little fucker always tell us to watch when that's what we're doing?
So this will be a good one for Anderson tomorrow. Nation, heads up on this one. So this is for Anderson tomorrow. Why do smart people freeze on big decisions? Yeah, coming up with Dr. Jon Pescelli tomorrow. It's true, though. A lot of smart. Think about that for a second, right? You're a smart guy.
Well, no, but my first thought is we need to define smart before we can have a chance at answering that.
Yes. Well,
you jump too quickly to open these topics up when there's not nearly enough fucking data to have a conversation.
That's interesting, though, when you say that, right? Because you're right. Because the general question is, why do smart people? But to your point, what is smart?
What is smart?
Yeah, like is Elon Musk smart or is Keith Billis smart? But it's a fair question. You're right. Like what's defined as smart? I love that, actually. That's a great one. Because yeah, that's why we pay you the big bucks, Anderson. That's the big questions. Hey, what are you doing today, man? Are you training today, or is it a day off from training again today?
I already trained. It was a good one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Then let's see here. So today we got another guest coming in town tomorrow. So today is going to be kind of a day to get ready. I'm trying to think. I've got some, just some good fun stuff to work on.
Nice.
But I think the only twist to today is making sure that we're totally ready for the guest coming back in.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. Peaches says, get this, Johnny. I actually took a VHS that was labeled Christmas Magic, thinking it was our Christmas morning family video. And nope, definitely was not. It was, let's just say it was Christmas Nightmare, seeing my parents like that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my goodness. And then Charlie says to you, John, don't pick on Keith too much. Without him, there's no show.
It has to be this way, because if I didn't fucking pick on him, you guys would be bored as a motherfucker.
And then Sullivan says, great show. Where else can you learn on overcoming health and relationship obstacles? Divorce in the letter from guests and hosts who have done it. True story. Yes, Keith and John on Mornings in the Lab. Johnny, Ben's waiting for you.
Yes, he is.
Get the hell out of here. We'll see you tomorrow, pal.
The entertainment's leaving. Have a good loop.
The entertainer's out of here. John's nudging his way out of the lab. I love you, pal. We'll see you later. Oh, my God. John Anderson every single day, along with myself, Keith Billis, on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your live morning experience where we get up and get after it and have the conversations that nobody else will have. And we do it live, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock. And of course, Matt Roof kicks it off at 7:30 Eastern time. Cheryl Whitaker drops it on Wednesday mornings at 8:30. We got the What the Truck Gang and the House of Brooks Gang dropping some shows here in the next couple of weeks as well. And of course, we got news and bits and stuff from the supply chain industry with Sarah Barnes Humphrey every Tuesday here on the Mornings in the Lab, the Live Authority Network. Yes, Mornings in the Lab. Hey, Peaches says, if it wasn't for the chaotic, honest, blunt people on here, I would have never returned. Peaches, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. I'll take that as a compliment. And yes, Dwayne, John is the brother. Yes, he absolutely is. John's the brother from a different mother that I have never had. We like to have a lot of fun here. Okay, 49 seconds. And then I got a little bit of a monologue this morning on opinions and us. Where's my monologue comment here this morning? It is, let's see here, gentlemen. The men like you and I who will win the AI era are the ones with a point of view. And I'm going to put some thoughts on the table about that in about 49 seconds. Coming up next on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
We keep arguing about what AI can do. That's not the fight. The fight is what happens when everyone can do it.
Polished isn't proof anymore. It's just packaging. When output gets cheap, conviction gets expensive.
We hide behind tools because tools don't risk anything. They don't lose. They don't bleed. We do.
If we borrow confidence from formatting, we wake up empty. Our kids can feel that. Our partners can feel it. Here's the rule. We use the machine, but we don't let it use us. We bring the call, not the copy. So we stop asking for permission to speak. We say what we've earned. We stand somewhere, even if it costs us. If we've lived it, we can lead with it. If we haven't, we stay quiet and learn. That's the standard today.
Yeah. I know, Kai. I had to get the music playing. I missed the button. Yes. Hey, the men who will win in today's era, the AI era, are the ones with a point of view. That is you and me. Yes. I still have some great. So, Charlie, sometimes the pressure is not as good as the other days. Yeah, you get there, you're waiting. Why is it taking so long? Yeah, today was one of those mornings that took a little longer than it could have been. Okay, guys, listen. Here's where I think the AI conversation that we keep having every single day with the world around us, it keeps getting, well, I think the AI conversation we're having in the world right now is wrong. Because everybody is obsessed with what it can do. Right? It's like back in the olden days, all the computers are coming, or the www. The internet is coming. Well, now we keep thinking about what AI can do. That's what it seems to be, and how many jobs we are going to lose to AI. And it's can it write? Can it edit? Can it design? Can it code? It can do all of that. Can it summarize? Can it research? Man, can it even make images or videos or scripts or just do smart sounding posts along the way? Yes, it does all of that actually. And reality is, and we have been seeing it as we're building the show, it is going to get better every single day. That's another true story. Much better, but that is not the real question. The real question for us is what happens when we all have access to the same machines? Think about this for a second, because we all do. What happens when everybody can produce the same polished content, the same clean summaries, the same sharp headlines, the same strong visuals, and confident sounding opinions? Sounds pretty homogenous to me. What happens when execution gets cheaper? Well, hey, here's the reality. The answer is simple. I've talked about it before, about the value of the human touch going up. Well, I'm going to argue, I'm going to suggest, and I'm going to offer this idea. Your point of view, your opinion, what you want to say, what you have lived, your experience, that POV has become nothing but more valuable. Not less, more. Because AI will give you the words. It can even give you the speed. And think about it. It will give you the polish. And it can even give you the confidence if all you need is something that sounds good. But it cannot give you a life that you didn't live. And it even won't even give you the scars that you haven't earned along the way. It cannot give you judgment that you haven't developed. And it cannot give you the taste through years of trying, failing, losing, building, risking, parenting, leading, falling, failing, grieving, all of that. That, my friends, is the big difference. And that is where men like you and I with real experience have an advantage. Are you going to use it? Or are you just going to let it sit there on the side? Because AI is not going to kill your expertise. It's going to expose those that are bullshitting it. It's going to expose who was boring confidence through polished formatting. Because you know it. You've worked with the dudes. You've worked with the ladies that, all that polish on their PowerPoints. They're good at formatting, shitty at writing. What did it do? It made them look smarter than they actually were. Great graphics, good lighting. Yeah, true story. Peaches. We'll see you later. Have a good one, Peaches. And that's the thing. Forever, humans making everything look all great and perfect. A few bored ideas here, a few recycled frameworks here, and somebody, and then suddenly, officially, they look like an authority. Yeah, but when AI, the world we're living in now, can make everyone sound polished, Everyone sounds the same. We all become homogenous. We all just become robots. Just robots. Ask yourself, can you tell the difference today between a good idea and a dressed up cliche? Can you make a call? Can you stand behind a position before the crowd agrees with you? Because if you can, that's the point of view. And the point of view is not the same as an opinion, because everybody has an opinion. The internet, the social platforms, if you even want to call them social, drowning non-stop opinions. Most of them cheap. Most of them reactive, borrowed, performed, designed to get applause and attention from whatever tribe that you want approval from. Just go find your tribe, get that approval. But a point of view you can cultivate, a point of view you can create, it's different. That point of view you've created, it has weight. It comes from experience. It has consequences that you are aware of because it costs you something. It reveals what you value. It tells people where you stand. And in the world with the two letters we call AI, that is going to matter more than ever, because we are entering a world full of nothing but synthetic confidence. There's the word for you this morning, synthetic confidence. Machines that sound certain, fooling you into these emotional states. Oh, is it like me? Oh, it's agreeing with me. It's becoming a sycophant. People using machines to sound certain because the machine told them it was certain. Think about that for a second. Brands using machines to sound human. It's what we do. And then those fake experts popping up on your feeds everywhere, using machines to sound deep. And those leaders around us using machines to avoid thinking clearly. And people like you and I getting tired left and right, fast, asking the question, who's behind all of the bullshit? Who should I believe? Why should I trust you? Who are you to offer me the advice when you haven't experienced it? What have you lived, Mr. Longevity Expert? What do you see that other people miss? That is where the authority that we have lives now. Not in the output, in the perspective behind your output. And this is where you, my friends, you, my Gen X friends, should pay attention. Because many of us in midlife are sitting on decades of pattern recognition. Pause. Listen to what I'm going to say now to you, because you know I'm speaking to you directly. You've seen the cycles. You've seen the hype. You've been around long enough to see the companies rise and fall. You've seen the technology change all of the rules along the way. You've seen the leaders that have led the world under pressure, making mistakes, paying stupid taxes, learning things the wrong, hard way. That is you, Mr. Gen Xer. That is valuable, but only if you stop hiding it, only if you stop thinking that your experience is outdated, only if you stop waiting for permission to speak, and only if you stop trying to sound like everyone else. That becomes homogenous, because AI is going to make average thinking faster, average thinking louder, average thinking everywhere. It's going to make that generic content that we so vehemently oppose easier to make. And it's going to make all of these safe fucking opinions more abundant. But here's the thing. It's not going to make a man interesting if he has no point of view. That still has to come from you. From your life, from your judgment, from what you have noticed, from what you refuse to pretend, and from what you are willing to say out loud. That is why this era, the era we are in now, could actually be good for the kind of man that you are that tunes into this show. Because you're not the man trying to compete with the machine at being a machine. No, that is a losing game. You are the man. You are the man who wins. You are the man who wins is the one who uses the machine to amplify what is already real. You, your judgment, your story, your standards, your questions, the conviction that you wake up with every single day, your ability to hold complexity without turning it into a coward. That, my friends, is the opportunity. So don't look at AI as something that's going to wipe you out. AI should not make you less human. It should force you to become more clearly human, more specific, more honest, more deliberate, more intentional with what you have to say, and more willing to stand somewhere. Because if AI can say anything, the value shifts to the person who knows what is worth saying. Let's say that again. Because if AI can say anything, and it can, the value of words shifts to the person who knows what words are worth saying. Oh, shall I say it a third time? Because if AI can say anything, just spit it off the top, boom, 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 word, 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 no meaning, no meaning, no meaning. The value of your experience, the value of your words, the value shifts to you, the person who knows the words that are worth saying in the moment. And that is the line, my friends. And that is why this show matters to me, and I hope it matters to you. Because this is a place where we like to talk about AI like it's a toy or like it's a threat. It's a place where we ask what kind of human becomes more valuable because of it. And I think the answer is obvious. It's the answer that we are encouraging all of us to embrace. You, the man with a point of view, the man with your lived experiences, the man who can think in public, and the man who can use the tools without being owned by the tools. That is authority. The man who can bring human judgment into synthetic abundance. That is authority. Not having all the answers, not pretending to be the what? The smartest answer in the room. Authority? Authority is knowing what you believe. Authority is having a point of view. Authority is knowing what you believe, why you believe it, and be willing to test it in conversation like we do every single day. Hey, Paul, you want to come? Testing things in live conversations. And rare? Yeah, rare is valuable today. So if you are a man in the second half of your life, do not look at AI and think I'm behind. If you are, my invitation to you is to think opposite of that. Maybe you are not behind. Maybe you are sitting at the exact same thing the machine does not have. You have a life, you have a memory, you have scar tissue. You have a point of view, but you have to use it, my friends, to speak, to build, to stop hiding behind the vague agreement and safe takes of being clever. Because the AI era is not going to reward you who wants to sound polished. Or, as my friend Paul in the comments would say, the edits. It's going to reward the man who sounds earned. And there is a massive difference. So my invitation is this. Use the tools, learn the system, play with the technology, build it, but do not outsource your judgment, my friends. There's enough of it out there. Do not outsource your voice. Do not outsource your conviction, because when everyone can generate content, the man, you, my friends, the man with a real point of view becomes the signal, not the noise. There's enough noise out there, men. There's enough noise out there, nation. But when the man with a real point of view can step forward to start the conversation, he becomes the signal. And the signal, my friends, the signal, like we have every single day right here, live, 8 o'clock, mornings in the live with Keith, Jon, and friends. The signal is what people like you and you and you come back for.
We spend a lot of time talking about the loud explosions in our lives. Things like sudden job loss, massive fights, or total burnout. But what about the slow fade? Today, we're looking at the quiet ways men slowly check out of their own lives. We're going to examine the hidden equations of worth you pass down to your kids. And we'll discuss why staying comfortable is actually the most dangerous choice you can make.
Let's get into it. Over to you, handsome chief.
We are starting the Community Corner segment over on YouTube. The Invisible Sleepwalk Ruining Your Marriage. Yes, Larry Hagner from the Superhuman Life podcast earned the silent killer of Gen X marriages. The drift. Oh yeah, the drift. It's that vague feeling that something's off, which guys usually swallow until they wake up to a wife who says she's done. Oh yeah, today's conversation, if your wife leaves, who do you actually have? Well, Hagner compares ignoring this to skipping a colonoscopy. You think you're fine until a hidden polyp becomes full-blown cancer. The takeaway? The takeaway is this: that backward anxiety isn't just stress, it's a checked engine light. Larry Hagner, was he not a guest on our show? I believe he was. Yes, Larry Hagner was on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and Friends. He's dropping some nuggets. He's dropping some nuggets over on YouTube talking about the Superhuman Life podcast earned the silent killer of Gen X men. I remember Larry, he was good. Kai, Larry was the guy that looked like he was 20, who was actually 58,000 years old or something. Yeah, the young dude. Yeah, I know. I see that exactly. Yeah. All right. Back over on Substack, Kevin Town at Rebuilt Different writes that he's survived 2 suicide attempts. Not wanting to die, but desperate to stop the pressure of feeling like a failed man. He exposed the silent masculine equation with equal performance. The real tragedy was this: years later, his son hit that same dark place. Unprocessed trauma, not staying contained, bleeding into the kids. The takeaway? The non-negotiable. Shame tells you that you are the mistake name, so disarm it. Listen, wounded masculinity is an inherited disease. What heavy invisible bags are you carrying right now that your kids are already learning to pick up? That's the question put on the table this morning. All right, Frank Paul over on LinkedIn says he's just stripped accountability down to its rarest form on LinkedIn. He argues that you only have 2 choices: stay exactly where you are or push forward. Hold on a second here. That might be the no shit Sherlock obvious statement of the day here. Kai, Melissa, did I just see this note correctly here? Okay, I want to make sure I'm clear on this one. You only have 2 choices: stay exactly where you are or push forward. Holy shit. In the most obvious statement of the world today, you got 2 choices. Yeah, you can either stay or you can move forward. Holy fuck, man. Dude, Frank, that might have been the most. So going back to my monologue, sorry here, I just gotta pause here. Going back to my monologue, when everyone can generate the same homogeneous content, yeah, you stay exactly where you are or push forward. I'm not sure if that's very much a personal piece of content or that sounds homogeneous. I don't know. So, according to Frank Paul, maybe we got to get Frank Paul on the show to have a conversation about this very, 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 very intentionally well-thought statement about staying where you are or pushing forward. I don't know, advice from Frank. Dude, you need to get a point of view, Frank. That is not a fucking point of view. That is a homogenous piece of AI-generated crap. Sorry, brother. That's just a little bit too obvious for me. Stay where you are, move forward. Not trying to be mean. No, not trying to be mean at all. As a matter of fact, I'm just full of love. Yep, true story. But I don't know. Anyways, hey, Maya Reyes, do you think it's good just to stay exactly where you are or move forward? What do you think, Myra is?
Oh, that's easy. Answering emails from the treadmill.
I tell myself I'm habit stacking, but really I'm just clinging to my old burnout.
I do it because the chaos feels comfortable to me. It's total garbage, and I know it.
But look, that's the exact point Frank was making. We all have that one area where we're asleep at the wheel. We let the drift happen. We carry the weight of our own excuses.
So, here's your homework for today. Find your own treadmill email habit.
Figure out where you're choosing the illusion of comfort over the messy reality of moving forward. Then blow it up. See you tomorrow.
You know, so Frank says that there's only two ways forward, staying in the same space or moving forward. Well, Neiman's right. Charlie, hey, good time. You know there's a third option, Charlie. Actually, Neiman's probably a fourth. Charlie's third one is rub one out. So we know, according to Charlie, he'd say rub one out. And then I think Charlie would also say, Neiman, the fourth one, just the tip. Because if you are going to stick it in, you just got to just the tip. Just the tip, Charlie, of the purple helmet or the red fireman's cap, as Johnny would call it. Yes. Or the fifth one, like we do here on the show. Whatever happens, we blame everything on Jimmy. Hey, tomorrow we're back with another live conversation. We are going to sit down with Daniel Siddiqui. From 40 plus rejections to 50 jobs in 50 states. Meet the most traveled person in America. This guy, he's going to get along with John quite well. He took more than 40 job rejections, turned them into one of the most wildest career experiences you'll ever see. He bought a $5,000 Jeep. So I'm thinking aloud here right now. Hey, Daniel, I love you, man. I haven't met you, but I'm maybe a little bit staged. 5K Jeep, 5K line of credit, 50 jobs, 50 states, 50 weeks, 5x5 intern program. I don't know. Maybe he's a good marketer. Coming up tomorrow, Daniel Siddiqui. We're having a conversation about what it's like. Meet the most traveled person in America. The good thing is we got Dr. John Petruccelli on with us tomorrow. So John can call it the bullshit of this one. Yeah, maybe it's bullshit. Maybe it's true. I don't know. Daniel Siddiqui from 40 plus. Hey, anybody who's agreeing to be on our show is going to agree to walk into the den with Keith and John. Yeah, 555, good time, exactly. Daniel Siddiqui coming in. And tomorrow also, tomorrow our conversation on the big show tomorrow is if you're smart. No, what is it here? I got to check it here from Petro. It's something like this. How about this? Why do smart people freeze on big decisions? Yeah, I never freeze because I'm so fucking smart, just making decisions left and right. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there you go. Hey, guys. What a fun show here today. We talked about how a lot of men slowly let their entire emotional system go sideways when the wife leaves. What are you going to do? We also talked about having a point of view in the world of AI, and I introduced you all to my boy, Bimbo. Yeah, running out of the closet there, running out of the farm. Yes. Hey, guys, we're back at it tomorrow right here, 8 o'clock. Right after Matt Roof, 7:30 Eastern time, 8 o'clock, Keith, John, and our guy tomorrow. His name tomorrow. What's his name again tomorrow? Tomorrow is Daniel Siddiqui. Dwayne Whitaker, good to see you out there, pal. Lots of love from me to you. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Where? Right here, live, 8 o'clock. Mornings in 11 with Keith, John, and friends. Have a good one, nation. Boom.